Association. Coming up, the police have placed an injunction on an intended demo dubbed Gen Z Demo. Still to come in the bulletin in business, Momo transactions have recorded a sharp decline. On the international front, 12 children killed in strike on Israeli Golan Heights. This and many more coming up. Do stay with us. Thank you for choosing ABC News Ghana. Don't forget, we are streaming on our YouTube at ABC News Ghana. Now the news in detail. The Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CTAC, were to settle their differences with government last week. However, due to some reasons, a scheduled meeting to sign a memorandum of understanding MOU between the two didn't happen. ABC News Ghana wants to know the progress of that engagement and if there will possibly be a call of the strike so students can go back to the classroom. Before that, my colleague Samuel Nimabo joins us via Zoom from the Accra College of Education, Medina, to tell us more. Hello, Samuel.
The government to apply the agreed rate of allowances payable to the public universities to deserving CTAC members, arguing that CTAC members should be rated as much as university lecturers.
Well, we want to have a conversation with Samuel on the ongoing strike, with the College of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CTAC. Well, they were to settle their differences with government last week. However, due to some reasons, a scheduled meeting to sign an MOU between the two didn't happen. And as ABC News, we want to know the progress of that engagement. So my colleague is at the Accra College of Education to find out more from the students, to even find out if there are students on campus or they've all gone home as a result of the strike. And some of the reasons some of the students will state that maybe it's affecting their educational work, and with even the final years they are having difficulty with completing their dissertation and all of that. So we are trying to reach Samuel, but since we have not got through to him, let's move on to some campaign stories. As the NPP flag bearer Dr. Muhammad Bawumia has pledged to work with stakeholders in Boko to ensure lasting peace is brought to the area if elected president. According to the flag bearer, his election as leader of the NPP, despite the doubt from some quarters, shows that peace is possible in the area. Speaking during a call on the Boko Naba on Saturday, Dr. Bawumia said his focus as president will be to ensure lasting peace in the area. He opined that without peace, there cannot be development.
Sudo kani labgan sim kani mamang wong tumna mangene nawam ne yiko shir kan zanen ton dan kan yana it is possible, it is possible, and therefore peace in Boko is possible between all of us. So ya tumla tumadi ya nin ka sudo ku bene mamang wahar shemela Sudo Chebokuna Kache Gazana Sudo Kani Labgan Sim Kani Mamang Wong Tumna Mangene Nawam Niyuko Shir Kanzan Tun Then Kayene it is possible, it is possible, and therefore peace in Boko is possible between all of us. So ya tumla tumadi ya nin ka sudo ku bene mamang wahar shemela sudo chebokuna kache Gazana Sudo kani labgan sim kani. Mamang wong tuma mangene now ni yuko share kan zanen tun. Then it is possible. It is possible. And therefore peace in Boko is possible between all of us. So ya tuma din ka sudo ku bene mamang gware shela sudo chebokuna kache gazana. Sudo kani labgan sim kani. Mamang wong tuma mangene now ni yuko share kan zanen tun. Then it is possible. It is possible. And therefore peace in Boko is possible between all of us. So ya tuma din ka sudo ku bene mamang gware shela sudo chebokuna kache gazana. Sudo kani labgan sim kani. Mamang wong tuma mangene now ni yuko share kan zanen tun. Then it is possible.
Well, away from that, let's go back to the Accra College of Education, where my colleague Samuel is there to find out the updates on the ongoing strike by CETAC. Sammy, what is the situation on the grounds? Are the students in class doing their personal studies? Hello, Samuel. Well, Samuel is at the Accra College of Education to find out from students the updates of the ongoing strike by CETAC to see how it's affecting them and even to find out if there are students on campus. Hello, Samuel. Hello, Samuel.
Hello, Jennifer.
Samuel, what is the situation on the grounds? Are the students in class
Hi, Jennifer.
or doing their personal studies?
All right, Jennifer. So I am currently at the Accra College of Education. I am in the middle of a class which is deserted with few students. I can count about 4 or 5 students just in the class. On the normal day, this class would have been filled to its maximum capacity, where teaching and learning would be ongoing. But as it stands now, the class is empty as CETAC strike has ended 1 month and 2 weeks since the commenced strike on 14th June. Some students here that I've engaged have been telling me that the strike has taken a big toll on them in terms of learning and academic activities. They say they have resorted to personal studies and coming to do their personal studies, even though they don't know what the semester outline is. They are just doing personal studies. They are relying on their seniors or predecessors for some areas to learn. So that is happening. If you look at this class, everything is empty, just 5 students within the class doing their personal studies. Beyond that, nothing much is happening as students are stranded on campus. And they told me that they don't know when they will return back to classes, as their lecturers have been able to communicate any timeline to them as to when teaching and learning will resume.
Are you able to speak to any student leadership, the SRC president or any of the student leadership?
Right, so I have engaged some SRC hopeful. I've not been able to get the current leadership of the SRC, which is the Accra College of Education. But however, I've engaged some level 300 students who are SRC hopeful. One who said he's hoping to win the general secretary to become the next SRC general secretary for this institution. And he's been telling me that what the initiative they have taken is they have started engaging or organizing some extra classes for the juniors. He's in level 300, so he's able to organize extra classes for some level 100 and 200 students. And the seniors who are in level 400 are also taking the initiative to organize extra classes from time to time so that students will not be idle as always. But beyond that, nothing much is happening. They say, the gentleman who I spoke to said that the leadership of CETAC and even their lecturers haven't been able to give them timelines as to when teaching and learning will resume. And what this has done to them is that it has taken a toll on their finances as well. They say that they have expended almost half of the money they brought to school. Meanwhile, they haven't learned anything. Some are feeding from their pocket. Although the school still gives them, they're still feeding for them. They say that is not enough. So they still feed from their pocket. Some are living off campus who are paying rent off campus, and they have paid rent for 1 semester. So if this semester drags, it means that they have to find additional funds to pay to make up for the losses that they have incurred as a result of this strike.
But what about the final year students, that's level 400, with respect to their projects and their dissertation? How is that going? Were you able to speak to anyone concerning that?
So what is happening is that the final year students are not on campus. Most of them are not on campus because they live off campus. They are not on campus students. It's a regulation here that if you get to your final year, you have to find a place off campus to live. So most of the final year students are not on campus as we speak. But the sentiment I've gathered from the SRC hopefuls, those who are contesting in this year's election, most of these students, because CTAC have withdrawn all academic services, including supervision for these final year students, they have become stranded. They are in terms of their final year project. Some of them are stranded. They don't know what to do. They are waiting and hoping that CTAC will return to classes and also return to supervising their final year project. So that's what's happening. Most of them are stranded. Everything here is on hold. Academic activities is on hold. A few students who are still on campus, some have left. Actually, those who are still on campus are just moving around doing their normal activities, but not learning. Learning is not one of them.
Thank you very much, Samuel. Samuel is my colleague here at ABC News, and he's currently at the Accra College of Education, bringing us updates on the CTAC strike. Away from that, let's go back to Bawumia's campaign as he tours the Northern region. Well, let's go back to CTAC and let's have an interview with a council member with CTAC, who is Mr. Isaiah Dokron, who joins us via Zoom to tell us about the dialogue and the MOU. Good afternoon. Sir, what happened and the intended meeting with the government last week on the MOU didn't take place? Well, let's move away from CTAC and let's continue with Bawumia's campaign as the overlord of the Bosa traditional area, NAB, Azantilo, says, despite the challenges of the free SHS, it is the most far-reaching social intervention policy by any government. The overlord, who was welcoming the flag bearer of the governing New Patriotic Party, said the policy has benefited his people. He had added that the Agenda 111 project will come in handy when completed in supporting the Sandema Municipal Hospital to provide health care to the people.
Excellency, I am very mindful of the numerous achievements that your government has chalked, notably the free SSS program, the planting for food and jobs, Agenda 111, digital technology, and so on and so forth. Too numerous for me to recount here. What I need to tell you from my heart is that the free SHS, notwithstanding its minor challenges, is undeniably the most far-reaching social intervention by any government in our time. Similarly, the Agenda 111 program will bring a huge relief to my people, as our hospital, which is the municipal hospital, is beset with a number of challenges. Excellency, I am very mindful of the numerous achievements that your government has chalked, notably.
Away from politics, let's go back to CTAC, where a council member with CTAC, Mr. Isaiah Dokun, joins us via Zoom to tell us about the dialogue and the MOU. Mr. Isaiah, what happened and the intended meeting with government last week on the MOU didn't take place? What happened? Hello, Mr. Isaiah. Mr. Isaiah, if you can hear me, what happened with the intended meeting with government last week on the MOU? Hello, Mr. Isaiah. Let's move away from CTAC and let's go to the NDC launching their campaign in Tamale. So, thousands of enthusiastic members and sympathizers of the National Democratic Congress on Saturday thronged the Jubilee Park in Tamale, the northern regional capital, for the launch of the party's campaign for the 2024 general election. The event saw in attendance the flag bearer of the party, John Mahama, party officials and stalwarts, including the national chairman, general secretary, and members of parliament, who came together to demonstrate their commitment to the party's vision for Ghana's future. The launch featured speeches from key leaders of the party, including the general secretary, Fifi Kwete, who explained that the team settled on Tamale because it is where the party's stronghold lies. Delivering the keynote address of the launch, flag bearer of the party, John Mahama, spoke about the challenges confronting the country and added that the time has come to reset Ghana.
To tell us that we should clap for them because they've done well. If they are not living in an illusion, then I don't know what an illusion is. But that is the beauty of democracy. It gives us the opportunity every 4 years to make a change. And the time has come for us to make that change. The time has come for us to reset Ghana. And I believe that 4 years is enough to do the reset of Ghana. We will reset this country so that future generations can come and build on that foundation. Others, it is not going to be easy. The more I look at the figures, the more I look at our situation, it is even worse than what this government is telling us. It's going to take a lot of hard work. And as has been said, one person alone cannot do it. We will need the cooperation of the whole country to be able to lift Ghana back on its feet again. I've been out of government for almost 8 years now. I did my best. I wouldn't say things were perfect, but at least we were making progress. What I can promise you is that I will be truthful to you. I will never tell you lies. I will never tell you things that I can't do. The problem with this country is that our policies are based on the short cycle of winning elections every 4 years. And we're not creating the foundation for this economy to take off. And so, we're not making you promises. I'm promising you that I'll work hard, day and night, to make sure that we reset the fortunes of this country. 4 years of a good leader will make more impact. It is not going to. It's not about how long you serve. It is about how well you serve. It's not about 8 years or 4 years. It is about hard work. It is about truth. It is about trust. And it is about doing the things that will create a future for our young people. And that is why the NDC is calling on you on 7th December to do your duty to your God and country so that we can turn this nation around. This government is living in an illusion. They are living in a dream world. They are living in a fantasy world. Because if you are not living in an illusion, when people are hungry, how can you tell them they are satisfied? Puma and Nyele. We can feel the pangs of hunger, and yet this government tells us we are satisfied, and that never in a Akufo-Addo's government have people gone hungry. Meanwhile, the statistics clearly show that 8 million of our citizens last year in 2023 went 24 hours without food because they couldn't afford to buy food. Meanwhile, the statistics tell us that almost 2 million of our young people are sitting at home. They are not in school, they are not in education, they are not in training, and they are not in employment. They are just sitting at home idle. And most of them are still living in their parents' houses because they don't have an income to be able to start a life of their own. The statistics.
Joining us via Zoom is a political analyst, Dr. Samuel Efriye, to have further conversations on this development. Hello, Doctor.
Hello, my dear. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us here on ABC News Ghana.
My pleasure, and to your viewers as such.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Do you think 4 years is enough to transform the country, as John Dramani Mahama says?
Thank you very much. 4 years under IMF condition might be very difficult to transform the economy, because when you are with IMF, you are always being controlled by these institutions, and probably you may not have the chance to do things on your own or to go to world markets to raise funds. Economic challenge now. It's very difficult because we are being crippled by debt, and debts made us to go to IMF. Today, we were discussing that with you, or take over 2025. How would that government restructure to see the way forward for the economy? And seriously, for the 4 years, and looking at the economic challenges, it will be very, very difficult, especially on our debts, especially on employment, especially on industry. Most of our indicators is not favoring us to change our economy within the 4 years. My dear, it will be very difficult. So it needs drastic change as well. But 4 years won't be enough for us to change the economic paradigm of our country.
Doctor, should we consider increasing the years or tenure of government?
Yes, my dear sister, I think I would agree that we should increase our presidential term, as President Fowan said, that if it should be 7 years per term, that would be enough. Because looking at our challenges as a developing country, we need a lot of years. And this has been a major problem that we are facing. And that has made most of our government not able to make make the right changes to get a good result. If every government may, I think we can make the necessary changes as because the economic challenges and the country challenges need a lot of time. When you look at the Asian countries, most of them, like Malaysia, we talked about Thailand. When you look at the economy, they have a stable government for a period. And this made them to do the necessary changes. And that is why we have faced a lot of challenges where most
Hello, doctor. I can barely hear you. Doctor, can you hear me?
Come 4 years, they make promises, and then later they cannot fulfill those promises, and because of that, it's like we are making.
Right, that is the political analyst Dr. Samuel Efriye, who was engaging us on the tenure of the John Dramani Mahama, who has 4 years more when he comes to power, and he says 4 years is enough. We wanted to find out from him if it is really enough for him to fulfill all his promises. Well, let's speak to someone from the NDC parliamentary candidate for Ketu North and communications team member Edem Agbana. Hello, good afternoon. Well, let's move from that and go to still some issues of election. With barely 4 months to the general elections in December, political parties have already saturated the atmosphere with policies as they seek to annex power in the general elections, while calls have intensified for parties to abide by the National Development Plan for their manifestos. Political parties are unrelentingly pursuing their agenda. But how well have Ghanaians resonated with some of these policies, and what impact will it have on the general elections? Samuel Nimabo has more in this report.
From the ruling New Patriotic Party to the unrelenting opposition National Democratic Congress, the emerging Nana Kwame Bediako's new force, and the breakaway Alain Chamantin's movement for change, Ghanaians are fed new policies at the slightest opportunity these parties get. The New Patriotic Party has so far led a spirited campaign, even as an incumbent party, as its flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has completed his regional tour and commenced the constituency tour already. Among other things, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has promised a digital economy with a strong focus on mechanized agriculture and the mining sector. His rehashed promise of a credit score system to grant Ghanaians access to credit to acquire properties has rattled many.
I said a few days ago that Ghanaians suffer a lot because everything we want to buy, we have to use cash to buy everything.
So what do you have?
In the developed countries like the UK, Germany, Japan, the United States, workers buy most things on credit. You buy a fridge, you buy a television, you buy a car, you buy a mobile phone, you pay small.
Seeking a comeback, the NDC has matched the NPP boot for boot on policy promises with a flagship 24-hour economy, a National Women's Bank, and a National Apprenticeship Program.
Our women are in trade, in commerce, and so on and so forth. And most of the time, some of what they need as capital for their businesses is as little as 1,000 Ghana cedis. And yet they have no access to that credit. We had the Women's World Bank. And when this government decided to do the banking sector cleaning out, they added this important bank into the sector cleaning out and shut it down. So now there's no specialized institution giving credit to women in this country. And that's why we say when we come back into office, we're going to establish the National Women's Bank. and will focus on giving small credit to women in small and medium enterprises.
Even though its founder will run as independent candidate, the new force has shaken the country with mouth-watering policies. Alan Chamantin has migrated his new ideas. Alan Chamantin has migrated his ideas to his newfound love, the Butterflies Movement for Change, and believe the great transformational agenda with a strong focus on industrialization is Ghana's best bet.
If you go to some of the powerful economies in the world, most of the roads were built by private sector capital.
While political parties and presidential hopeful continue to churn out new policies every day, some Ghanaians express mixed feelings about the party's ability to implement these policies when they win the 2024 elections.
They normally say it as soon as you let them know everything has changed.
I think it's doable. All the parties, what you have mentioned, I think they can do it. One way or the other, we've seen some leaders, they promise like 3 things, they are able to do 1 or 2, the other one they are not able to do. So, yes, for NDC now, they are saying they'll bring something for our economy. My point of view, that thing for our economy is still long good, but fine. But maybe when you bring it for our economy, let me say for the banking sector, bring for our economy,
as the elections draw near, the big question on the lips of Ghanaians is whether these parties have the frameworks to implement these policies to the benefit of Ghanaians, or if they are just rhetorics. Samuel Nyimabo reporting for ABC News.
Let's speak to Dr. Tanko, who is the Deputy Director of Elections, to talk to us about the NDC launch in Tamale over the weekend. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dr. Tanko.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us here on ABC News Ghana.
Great.
So, Doctor, the NDC has launched your campaign in Tamale. What is next after this?
Dear, we are prepared for December 7th election. As we speak now, the campaign is in full gear. We've done the national campaign launch, and now the regions and constituencies have taken over. In fact, there's fire burning all over the constituencies as we speak now. I told you before we launched the campaign, you interviewed me and I told you that we are going to do what is called nuclear campaigns. And the nuclear campaign is not the type that we have launched. The launch is for the big one. The rest of the campaign, you won't be seeing this kind of huge rallies around. It's going to be door to door, market to market, church to church, house to house, mosque to mosque. That's how we are now doing the campaign. So as we speak now, our comrades are all over the place. And they are talking to the people. They are preparing their minds for the December 7th. Because everybody is tired with this terrible government. And they want this government out. So as we speak now, the campaign fever is still on after the launch.
What are you looking for in the northern region?
I told you the northern region, we are looking at approximately 14 seats out of the 18. That is what we are targeting. And it's not out of reach. We can confidently say, you see, we are not a greedy politician. We are not. The NDC is not too greedy to say we are taking all the 18. Yes, we are moderate and we are sure ourselves that in all the analysis we have done, the strategy we have put in place, 14 constituencies up for grabs for the NDC. And that is what we are targeting toward. And as we can easily see, in fact, the crowd that thronged the police park, unprecedented of this kind. We've never seen this kind of crowd. All over. In fact, there was a pullover to the main roads. And so this shows that the people have come back. They now see the inner colors of the MPP. The COVID money that they came and used to confuse them and then to make them to believe that this is a party that cares for them, not knowing that it's a party that are full of tricksters, confident tricksters. So they have moved out from them. And so that one day, I can assure you, that is what we are targeting in Northern Region.
So regarding the manifesto, which is to be launched August ending in the Central Region, what are we to expect?
Oh yes, that for the manifesto that is going to reset the country. The manifesto that is coming to reset the country back to its normal path. Because we are now moving on disarray. And so this manifesto that we are going to launch come next month in Cape Coast is going to be a mother of all manifestos. In fact, it's an upgraded version of our 2020 manifesto. We've just upgraded it, looking at the exigency of current situation we find ourselves. And so definitely, if you go and look at our 2020 manifesto, you will see an upgrade of it in the 2024 manifesto that we are going. And there are a lot of issues that you are going to see. In fact, the issue of the Women Bank, the issue of the 24 economy, the issue of infrastructure development, youth employment, a lot are being covered. Security, and then the stability of the state. In fact, we've spoken, a lot of things are being put in there. And so we will invite you, in fact, I'm just giving you an invitation, to make sure that you come there and see the mother of all manifestos, the manifesto that is coming to reset the country back to its normal path. Not the path that we are going now. The path we are cruising is a dangerous path. And so this manifesto is coming to arrest that situation for us.
All right, I will surely be there at the manifesto launch. That is Dr. Tanko from he's the Deputy Director of Elections. And he's saying that this campaign launch is not what we are even supposed to expect, because they are focusing more on door-to-door campaigns and face-to-face campaigns. Away from politics, let's take a look at the VRA potential spillage, where a notice has been signed by the VRA's Deputy Chief Executive in charge of service, Engineer Ken Arthur, to over 40 stakeholders, including the Minister for Interior and all assemblies within the dam's catchment areas. Indicated engagement is commencing in the immediate, awaiting the possibility of spillage if necessary. ABC News also understands that over 200 flood victims in Dagome would be resettled in newly built structures in the coming weeks. George AEC to give us more updates, and he's a communication director of NADMO. Thank you for joining us here on ABC News.
My pleasure.
What has been the preparation so far to avoid casualties with regards to the spillage?
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon to your viewers. Yes, NADMO is collaborating with VRA and other stakeholder agencies, the opinion leaders, the district assemblies and co, to conscientize and sensitize the people in the catchment areas downstream on the spillage process. But this spillage is not going to be as what happened last year. There's a term for it. I think there's a precautionary or something spillage. And that is what is going to be done. They are going to check it, monitor it, and follow up. We from the explanation given us and the data shown and the topographic pictures given to us, it shows unless communities that are within the catchment areas, they are likely to be affected, but it's not going to be a spillover like what happened. It's going to be well measured and calculated spillage, and so. That's the assurance. But that notwithstanding, the engagement is ongoing.
All right, but have the victims of the previous spillage been settled?
Oh yes, there's been some. It's an ongoing thing. Government has released money and resettlement place infrastructure has been put up, and so that is there. The Member of Parliament has also put up a certain place for some of them. And so, yes, some have returned back to their places, and there's been some support that has been given to them. And so, yes, the previous ones, people are there. Some may need more ought to be done. That's why government is ongoing with some of the projects. But all in all, people are coping with their situation as of now.
So, what is your view on the VRA emergency plan?
Oh, it's cool. They did it in partnership with NADMO. So NADMO has been an integral part of the whole process. So, yes, we've been part of it. Our Deputy Director General for Technical and Reform is part of the thing from the beginning up to this point. So NADMO is VRA is collaborating effectively with NADMO on the score. And we believe we are not going to experience what happened last year, because we are taking every precautionary measure to ensure that even if there's going to be displacement, it's not going to be as pervasive as happened last year.
Thank you very much, Mr. George AEC, the Communications Director of NADMO. We're back with more stories after this break.
You can advertise your brand or business on ABC News GH Television. Call us on 030-278-8645 or 050-993-0360 to secure your slot. You can advertise your brand or business on ABC News GH Television. Call us on 030-278-8645 or 050-993-0360 to secure your slot. You can advertise your brand or business on ABC News GH Television. Call us on 030-278-8645 or 050-993-03.
Best Inventor Ghana Season 3 is here. ScanBrain Limited, organizers of the Best Inventor Ghana, has opened registration for the third season of this innovative show. Who can enter? Manufacturers of innovative solutions for daily use. Winner goes home with 5,000 Ghana cedis. First runner-up with 3,000 Ghana cedis. And second runner-up with 2,000 Ghana cedis. The show will be broadcast on ABC News Ghana Television. Best Inventor Ghana Season 3 begins on the 21st of September 2024 at the Assembly Hall of the St. John's Grammar School. Registration is open to everyone. Call us now on 054-955-4148 to register. Best Inventor Ghana Season 3 is here. ScanBrain Limited, organizers of the Best Inventor Ghana, has opened registration for the third season of this innovative show. Who can enter? Manufacturers of innovative solutions for daily use. Winner goes home with 5,000 Ghana cedis. First runner-up with 3,000 Ghana cedis. And second runner-up with 2,000 Ghana cedis. The show will be broadcast on ABC News Ghana Television. Best Inventor Ghana Season 3 begins on the 21st of September 2020.
Thank you for staying with us. Now let's take a look at some legal stories, as the organizers of what is tagged as Gen Z demonstration may have their expectations cut short in their bid to carry out a protest against economic hardship, as the Greater Accra Regional Command has filed an application at the High Court seeking an order of injunction. The organizers, Positive Transparency and Accountability Movement Ghana, Arise Ghana, and Alliance for Social Equality and Public Accountability Ghana have notified the police of their intention to stay demonstration. The protest, according to the organizers, is expected to put not less than 2 million young people on the streets of Accra from July 31 to August 6, 2024. The objective of the protest was to demonstrate against the severe economic hardship affecting mainly the youth in this country, driving a number of them into drug addiction, dangerous journeys, and even joining terrorist groups. The exercise is also to protect the heavy taxes the government has compounded on citizens, including the needless Burton tax, COVID tax, sanitation tax, and the increased taxes on internet data, among others. But following a disagreement with the police on modalities of the protest, the Inspector General of Police, through the Regional Command, has filed a motion for injunction. In a motion filed on July 25, 2024 to prohibit the holding of a special exercise, said the motion would be moved on Tuesday, July 30, 2024. Moving on, the Criminal Division of the High Court in Accra has dismissed an application from former Chief Executive Officer of the Public Procurement Authority, Adjenim Boateng, for the release of his passport to enable him take his 6-year-old daughter to the United States of America for summer camp. The court, presided over by Justice Mrs. Marie-Louise Simon, said no exceptional or serious grounds has been advanced for the courts to exercise discretion in his favor. Adjenim Boateng AJ, the former CEO of PPA, has been charged by the Office of the Special Prosecutor on 4 counts, each of using public office for profit and indirectly influencing the procurement process to obtain an unfair advantage in the award of procurement contracts. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges contained on the charge sheet filed on April 17, 2024, and granted bail 5 days later on April 22, 2024, when his plea was taken. As part of his bail conditions, he was to deposit his passport with the registrar of the court until otherwise determined by the court. On July 8, 2024, lawyers of the accused filed an application at the court for his passport to be released to enable him take his 6-year-old child, who is a citizen of the USA, for a 2-week summer camp. Derek Owusu Boateng, who was holding brief for substantive counsel Kwame Champon Boateng for applicant Adjenim Boateng AJ, explained the need for their request to be granted. Counsel for the applicant argued that it has become necessary for him, ABAJ, to travel to the USA with his 6-year-old girl child, who is also a citizen of the USA, to participate in a 2-week summer camp. Let's do some business now. In business, mobile money indicators largely took a nosedive for June 2024, according to data from the Bank of Ghana. The total number of Momo transactions dipped significantly, falling to 644 million compared to the 668 million recorded in May 2024. This translated into a fall in the total value of Momo transactions from 234 billion to 224 billion. However, the balance of float, which is the amount of money held in mobile money accounts, increased marginally from 21.1 billion Ghana cedis to 22.2 billion Ghana cedis during the period under review. The contraction in the use of mobile money services in the last month could be attributed to economic and regulatory factors affecting user behavior and market dynamics amidst intensified calls for the scrapping or reduction of the e-levy rate. In terms of mobile money interoperability, the total transaction value dropped from 2.8 billion Ghana cedis to 2.7 billion. The total number of transactions also fell to 16.9 million from 17.7 million. Also, the total transaction value of checks cleared through mobile money fell from 33.5 billion to 28.2 billion Ghana cedis recorded in May 2024. Still in business, the average lending rate of banks has slightly decreased to 31.10% in June 2024, down from 31.15% recorded during the same period last year. According to data from the Bank of Ghana, this decline in borrowing cost aligns with a reduction in the inflation rate, starting at 32.94% in January 2024. The average lending rate experienced drops in both February and March, hitting 32.77% and 32.37% respectively. It continued to ease in April, reaching 31.25% as of June 2024. The Ghana reference rate was at 29.44%. Away from business, let's do some sports now. ABC News Ghana is keeping track of the countries competing for the most gold medals at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. Check back through all the 2 weeks of events for updated gold medal counts by country. This page will be continuously updated as medals are awarded. Below are the top 5 countries with gold medals. We have Japan with 4 golds and 2 silver, 1 bronze, and in total 7. With South Korea, they have 4 gold, 2 silver, and 1 bronze, with a total of 7. Australia has 4 gold, 2 silver, no bronze, and with a total of 9. In the United States, they have a total of 12, with 3 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze. Moving to France, they have a total of 8 medals, with 3 gold, 3 silver, and 2 bronze. Still on sports, the Ghana Football Association has approved for a high-profile friendly match between Mediama SC and Asante Kotoko to mark the inauguration of the new state-of-the-art TNA Stadium. The one-off match on Friday, August 16, 2024, will serve as the official commissioning of the newly constructed stadium. The Ghana Football Association firmly believes that the 2 Premier League clubs shall abide by the relevant GFA regulations to ensure a successful match and give a befitting opening to the ultra-modern 10,400-seater stadium. Let's take a look at what is happening on the international front. On the international front, at least 12 children were killed and dozens were injured as a rocket missile hit a football pitch they were playing on in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, said the Israeli authorities. The Israeli Defense Forces said that a rocket was fired by the Lebanese militant group Hezbollah, which fell on the Jewish town of Majdal Shams. The militant group which has vowed support to Hamas, has however denied the claim, vowing retaliation. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that the group would pay a heavy price. Let's take a look at what is happening in the world of entertainment. In entertainment, Maverick City Music, a contemporary gospel group from the United States, will be bringing their highly anticipated Kingdom World Tour to Accra, Ghana on Sunday, August 18, 2024. Their performance will feature a collaboration with the renowned American gospel singer Kirk Franklin at the Teshi ITGC Christ Temple, East Accra. Organizers of the event have stated that the concert aims to provide a deeply meaningful spiritual experience through impactful and moving musical performances. The event would not be just a regular concert we are all used to, but a profound worship experience that will leave a lasting spiritual impact on all who attend, it says. As we wrap up the bulletin, let's take a recap of our top stories. Flag bearer of the NPP and Vice President Dr. Bawumia has assured peace in Boko as he embarks on many activities in the region. Meanwhile, former President Mahama has officially launched his campaign. Also, leadership of the College of Education Teacher Association (CTAC) is a dialogue with the government over an MOU to end the prolonged strike. The police have placed an injunction on an intended demo dubbed Gen Z demo, and in business, Momo transactions have recorded a sharp decline. That is how we wrap up today's bulletin. Follow us on all our social media handles at ABC News Ghana. I am Jennifer Sumwa. Good afternoon.